Hello, my name is Michael Gross, and I'd like to welcome you to the B&O Railroad Museum. This very special car is one of a kind. It was a gift to the state of Maryland after World War II from the country of France in gratitude for our country's assistance in the war and in thanks for the supply train sent from the U.S. to assist the many starving people of France and Italy. It was called the Merci train, merci meaning thank you in French, and each state received boxcars filled with food, gifts, letters, and gratitude, one for each state in the Union. The many gifts have been scattered all over the country, and they're difficult to locate. But we are fortunate to have some items that were actually present on the Maryland Merci car, this very car. Here we have Joanna Church from the Montgomery County Historical Society here to tell us about some of the objects from the car. Joanna?
Well, we have 4 artifacts from the Merci car in the Montgomery County Historical Society collections. What happened was the governor, as far as we can tell at any rate, the governor of Maryland, when the car arrived and it filled with these wonderful artifacts donated by the people of France, the governor invited representatives of various historical groups, libraries, museums to come and place bids on artifacts that they would like for their own collections. So the Historical Society sent Mrs. Randolph Talbot, one of our members, up to Baltimore in February of 1949, and she chose these 4 artifacts, possibly more. These are the ones we ended up with. And then in June, once the bids had been processed, as far as I can tell, that was how it went, Mrs. Randolph Talbot once again went up to Baltimore and brought back for our collections these 4 assorted artifacts from France.
Right, this sounds like Antiques Roadshow, but
it does a little bit, actually.
I have to know what this is.
This is
a spinner of some
sort? Flax wheel, like a spinning wheel, but for flax as opposed to cotton yarn. And it is functional. It appears to be a miniature, but I believe it is a full-size functioning piece, but it's very decorative. I doubt it was for a woman who really needed to make a lot of flax yarn. It was probably more an occasional, here I am doing my crafts type of thing. Yes, exactly. It's far more decorative than it needs to be. It's a beautiful piece. It's missing a few of its little bits, but it's in great shape. We believe it's about 1830s, and we don't know who owned it. It was probably a nice gentlewoman of France who donated it to the Merci car. And we chose it.
A little wood carving here as well?
Yes, this is a folk carving. It appears to be from the region of Brittany. In fact, it more than appears to be. It is signed on the back by the artist. Yeah. You can see artist's name.
Oh, yeah.
That's the town, Auray, and Morbihan, which I am saying incorrectly, I'm sure,
and he carved it particularly
is a province.
For it's marked Merci Train, 1949?
That may be by the Historical Society.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not sure. Because it actually says Mercy Train, and someone fixed it. You can see there's a Y.
Yes, right. Either that or this artist couldn't spell.
Right, that could be too. So he signed that for us. I don't know anything else about him but his name, and it's traditional folk costumes for the region.
And tell me a little bit about the portrait.
This is a miniature portrait of Queen Marie Antoinette, probably done in the 19th century. It's oil on ivory or porcelain.
Oh, wow.
And it appears to be a copy of an earlier painting. It's signed SM after in French.
Right.
Vestier, and Vestier was an 18th century artist, but I believe this is a 19th century copy. And again, it was,
little frame as well.
Yeah, somebody donated it. It was in their house probably, and they donated it for the Merci Train, and we were lucky enough to end up with it. And then our 4th piece is this beautiful 20th century, early 20th century model of the Arc de Triomphe, made of the Arc itself, the model is of brass on some kind of early plastic base with a steel. It's got the little barriers around it. It's a very nice piece. Unfortunately, there's no markings on that one. I know little else except that it is indeed the Arc de Triomphe, and there it is.
So again, these were not things that were given to the United States by the government of France. These were ordinary people who said,
Exactly.
I will take something from my home and add it to this and give it to the United States in thanks.
Right. Yeah, as far as we know. So unfortunately, we don't know, who exactly gave these pieces.
Right.
But we do know that they were chosen by the people as opposed to the government of
Right.
France going out and arbitrarily picking. And then the people of Rockville, Montgomery County, chose these. So it's a nice little progression of ownership.
It's really a wonderful, it's a wonderful gesture, and not only that things have, not only survived the war and survived the
true,
destruction
yes.
of the Second World War, but were given in thanks. Joanna, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's part of a great collection and a great affair of the heart between
Yes,
two countries.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The French people gave the little they had in thanks. Reports say one woman approached one of the train cars as it was being painted, saying she had nothing to give, but pressed her fingers into the paint of the car, saying, I will send them my fingerprints.
Until we can move a ton of goods using no fuel, we've got the next best thing. CSX trains can move a ton of goods 436 miles on 1 gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
Some comes walking and some comes lame. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along. Some comes walking in my Jesus' name. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along. Oh, when the train comes along, oh, when the train comes along. Oh, Lord, I'll meet you at the station when the train comes along. Sins of years are washed away. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along. Darkest hour is changed today. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along. Oh, when the train comes along, oh, when the train comes along. Oh, Lord, I'll meet you at the station when the train comes along. Doubts and fears are borne along. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along. Sorrow changes into song. Gonna meet you at the station when the train comes along.
I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the B&O Railroad Museum. And on behalf of the museum, we'd love to see you and your family here again soon. Thanks.